Okay, I think that's nice and simple, and that'll do. That'll do, pig, that'll do. Okay, let's grab our pink, and let's just do a pink F6888. FF6888. Okay, so what we can do is we can do like a color rect. We can change this type to be a color rect, and this can be FF6888. Cool. And then we can animate all of these elements coming in a cool fashion. Game-like fashion, one could say. Okay, so the first thing we always do when we create animation players is we create a reset animation and we set it to play. And this reset animation is where we should be adding every property we want to animate. And I guess I'm looking for my rect pos. So the background image will move the VBox container. What can we animate on this? Margin left, I guess. Okay. And then on each of these buttons, I guess I'll just modulate them. In fact, with this open, you can actually just jump in to each of these properties and just click the key value, and it will just create it there, which is quite nice. Okay, so we want to reset our modulate, and let's just make sure that no looping is on. 1 second. Okay. Cool, so let's create our show animation. Did that wrong. Ich bin ein Idiot. Okay, so we actually want to duplicate our reset animation, and so that is going to get us all of the properties from their resetted positions. And we're going to call that show. Okay, and let's insert our key here. So I think 1, 2 is about how long we want the animation. So zoom in a little bit on that. Whoa. Okay, there we go. And I think we want our background image to sort of land at about 1.5. And then this can sort of, is it just going to fall? It could sort of like come in from the corner. I probably should have split the text and this image. Okay, so if we bring our position up to like -200, what is that going to do? Shunk. So that's not quite enough, is it? -1000. Other numbers as well. Clunk. Okay. Doesn't seem to update immediately because of it being a GUI element. Okay, so the viewport on most phones is probably going to not be much larger than 600. And I think we want to convert this. How do we do that? Maybe we could just start off by easing out. Okay, let's see. Then we want our margin left to sort of arrive towards the end and probably start halfway through as well. And let's cubically interpolate that. I'm wondering if the margin left is actually the correct property to animate here. Animating GUI is kind of weird. So if we go down here, so we've got this like, we can definitely fade in. Probably want to do that. Rect pivot offset, I think that's what we actually want. No, that's not. That's only for rotation when you're using the GUI. Rect position is what we're using, right? Yeah. Yeah, we don't want to do that. That will screw up our auto layout. So what if we just do like -400? Yeah. No. No bueno, mano. Ease out a little bit. Yeah, the margin left is not the right one. Let's go back to our reset and let's get rid of that margin left. So if I move that pivot, it doesn't actually make any difference. And that margin should be 0. Okay. That's why it was going weird. So we want it about like halfway, right? So what could I do? I could stick this in a... No. Because it's part of the GUI. Alright, maybe we just don't animate the VBox container and we just fade the buttons in. It's going to be too hard to keep track of otherwise. So if we move these buttons, oh, okay, rect position. Okay, I guess that's actually what we want to do. Can we do that with the VBox container as well? So like minus 200, and it keeps all the anchors in place. Okay. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that. So let's animate our VBox container rect position. Let's make sure we have keys here at the reset point. Otherwise, it won't do anything. Okay, so when we show, we're going to grab that VBox container position, and we want to use Bezier curves. Okay. So we actually want those values to be like here. And then we'll animate maybe around 0.4 seconds. And we can probably do like a minus 200. Not quite enough. If we put it minus 400, and then we can move it along. It's going way too far. Maybe just a little bit less bounce. And maybe it needs to just happen a little sooner. Cool. I'm not sure we need the x-axis. So let's just make sure we're resetting the VBox container rect position. Yep, we are. Okay. Cool.